Hey everybody, hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. Dr. Z coming to you today with a special bonus episode. Um, as you might recall, a couple of weeks back we finished up our mini series on dental insurances, but a couple of bigger stories have hit the headlines here in the last couple of weeks that I thought warranted kind of a follow up episode. So, gonna dive right into it here. First story being, if you recall, a while back in our dental insurance mini series, we talked about dental insurance reform, how the state of Massachusetts back in November just passed a ballot that would require dental insurances to use at least 83% of their income from their members to go towards member benefits. Because prior to that, most of the income they were using, rather than benefiting the people that are paying for it, the that income was going towards paying admin fees, which basically means paying their CEOs and all the bigwigs. So that passed with flying colors, and if you recall, I mentioned my concern what the fallout from that might be, either people being laid off by these dental insurance companies or the dental insurance companies retaliating by um, dropping members from their plans. And so that's exactly what has happened here at the end of August. Guardian Insurance, and if you'd like to look this up, my source is the Boston Globe. Guardian Insurance just announced that in the state of Massachusetts, they are dropping all small businesses. That would be any business that employs 25 or fewer employees, dropping all of them from their insurances because it doesn't make financial sense. So the impact, according to this article, is it's going to impact more than 1,500 small businesses in the state of Massachusetts, meaning that it's impacting tens of thousands of people. And so, not that I'm happy about this, but this is kind of one of those hate to say I told you so situations where I foresaw this being a possible outcome. It was a small win at the time the measurement passed, but I fear that this is just going to be a cascade where we're going to start seeing other dental insurances in the state of Massachusetts and other states taking similar action. They're going to start being essentially threatened or punished by the dental insurance companies for just trying to get benefits for the people that are paying for them. So that was big story number one. Like I said, the Boston Globe, you can go to that and see the full story there. But the bullies in the dental insurance companies are working their magic. Second story was just in here locally in the Indianapolis Star, our local newspaper, talking about the lack of Medicaid providers here in the state of Indiana, talking about how Medicaid reimbursement in Indiana is so poor that more and more providers are no longer accepting Medicaid patients, and that Medicaid patients are experiencing access to care issues because there's hardly any providers around anymore. And so, again, if you recall in our series, I talked about how Indiana dentists, the Indiana Dental Association, we're all fighting to pass legislation here to boost reimbursement from Indiana Medicaid to encourage more providers to start providing care for Medicaid patients again. And so, not necessarily anything groundbreaking with this story, but it is kind of shining a light on it for the public eye that here in the state of Indiana we have a problem with our Medicaid reimbursement. So hopefully by putting that in the spotlight, that's going to put even more pressure on our state policymakers to do something about it. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning into this bonus episode. Football season is here. Very, very excited. Rooting for our Colts this weekend. And, cautiously optimistic that we'll have a good season. Time will tell, but in the meantime, go Colts. And thank you for tuning in to this special episode of Tooth Teacher Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody.